Well, hello everybody, happy Friday, and welcome to another episode of That Fallout Show, episode 42 actually, Stache Limit Reached. I am Rick McVick, and with us tonight, as always, is Shalene.
Hello.
And Ventatron.
Where is he?
What? Why is he
He's
not
not
here? There he is.
There he
There I
is.
am.
Hello
everyone.
Why was he gone? Let's try this one more time.
I don't know,
There he
Rick.
is. There. Hi. How are
Welcome,
you, buddy?
sir or madam. I'm
It's-
doing good.
It's been a hot minute.
We've missed you.
Yes,
Yes,
we
it has
have.
been. I apologize for my absence, but here I am all the same.
Well, welcome, very, very much the same. You know what Vendor has been doing on his off time? He has been helping us promote the show in his off hours by sharing our show on his, or you can do it too, on your social media. You can also send us emails like the beautiful one we have at the end of the show tonight, so stay tuned for that. And also you can like, subscribe, and retweet to our Twitter postings and things of that nature. And also tell your friends about us and host us on Twitch right here, where we are streaming live for you every Friday night at 6:30 Mountain, 8:30 p.m. Eastern. And in tonight's show, we've got some news. Oh boy, is it a news week for sure. We have some gameplay, maybe from Shalene? Do you have gameplay?
Bit?
Maybe? Okay. But mostly it's a news. Mostly it's a news thing because there has been a lot of stuff happening in the world of Fallout 76. As most of you know, then we have a listener email. But before we begin, we've got some new Discordians. Vendor, could you please do what you do so well?
List off names?
Yes, list off the Discord names.
I'm very good at listing off names. But before I get to that, if you would like to join our Discord and you're listening live right now on the Twitch page, you can go right down below Rick. There's a link for the Discord that will bring you into the chat after dark. And the Discord has been really interesting this week. Lots of COVID-19 discussion, lots of talk around general gaming, and also lots of, musings around the new Unreal Engine 5 that Epic Games announced. Lots of talk about that in the Discord. And of course, cats.
There's
So-
always cats, yeah.
So if you would like to grace us with your presence in the Discord, all you have to do is go to that link. And we would like to welcome Mao, 18T, Jet Black, Van Sylvan again. Were you in the corner
Yeah,
of shame?
I feel like he might have been.
I feel like Van Sylvan has been a part of the community for a long time, but only recently joined the Discord in particular.
Lone Wanderer, welcome, welcome.
Mhm.
Also somebody within the community, but I'm not sure
Yeah.
their first time in the Discord.
This blurs together.
Lone Wanderer as in the Lone Wanderer, like Bethesda's partnered streamer Lone Wanderer?
No, I don't think so. No.
Well,
Well, regardless of who you are, welcome to the Discord.
you're not alone
Uh,
anymore.
Fox Sid, welcome as well. Emu, Sloppy Pants, welcome. And Gamut Gaming. We love to have all of you new people in the Discord. Don't forget, take a moment and introduce yourselves in the lobby.
Mhm.
We're all very friendly, and we like to hear from all of you and strike up conversations. If you are a little bit shy, but you are interested, we have a whole stack of different games in the Discord that you can pick and choose from to converse with other people or find people to play with, etc., etc.
Yeah, Fox Sid is actually Sherry from Games.
Oh,
Ah,
okay.
I knew it looked
Wonderful.
familiar.
Yeah. I'd also like to point out that we didn't get a chance to talk about yet is our COVID-19 In It Together COVID-19 Relief Fund,
Yeah, so what is our update on
which
that?
is going strong. We are now at $2,579.69 US, which is actually, I did the conversion today. It's over $3,600 Canadian,
Ooh, wow.
which is a terrible conversion rate. That's like
For
our
you
dollar
guys.
is just tanked. Yes, but if you would like to donate to put PPE, personal protective equipment, on frontline healthcare providers, the link is also below Rick in the Twitch page. You can also find it even after the show is over and we're offline. The link will always be out there on our page, and it's not just a 24-hour marathon. This is an ongoing charity And we also invite anybody who wants to participate in it and promote it on their own streams. If you're a streamer or if you are another podcast or podcaster, you're welcome to promote the link and what we're doing, because it's not just us, it's a community effort. And so far, we are well on our way in terms of donations. I mean, $2,500. I mean,
It's a big deal.
that'll dress like 300 people with PPE. That's amazing. That's a whole hospital of staff, you know?
That's awesome.
Yeah. So
That's awesome. Well,
So,
great.
Before we move out of our intro space here, can I just mention that the chat is having a little chat about our dear robot overlord here, and something that's changed about his appearance.
His glasses are new.
Is it the contacts? Wait, I'm wearing glasses.
Yes. Hopefully you're not wearing both. I
For
can't quite put my
audio
finger
I have
on
no
it.
idea what you could be talking about. Nothing whatsoever.
Well, whatever it is, we're going to stash this conversation for later. And we're going to
Audio
move.
folks, for the audio folks.
Just brush it off. Just brush it off.
He's grown a luscious mustache. It's beautiful. It's magnificent. That's the reason he's been gone. Like,
Yes,
sure,
he's
he
been
says
busy.
he's off there doing medical
He's
work.
been busy
and
growing
important
his
things.
stash.
He's just been growing this mustache so that he could come back and just stun us all with its glory.
It's amazing, you know. We have a regimen. Every morning we get up, we go.
You walk it?
I take it for a walk. We do some stretches, and then some training.
Does it have a name?
Not yet, no.
Does it do curls with this? Does it do like curls with its little curls?
Yes, yeah.
little muscles.
Bicep curls. Yeah.
It's
man.
magnificent. It's just
I love it.
I mean, what else are you gonna do? You know,
Mm.
time to kill.
Mr. Rockstark wants to name it Winston.
Okay,
But
we'll add
Well-
that to the Van Dyke.
yes, that is wow. That is the first. I think that's the first breaking news we've ever had on this show. Yes, it is. And speaking of news,
If you like news, you're gonna love our next segment.
well, Shalene, what happened in the world of Fallout? What happened?
You're staring at it, aren't you?
No,
Stop looking.
who is? Oh, Shalene is. I'm staring down the barrel of my camera.
A lot of things, Rick. A lot of things. It is a
all the
big
things.
week. A big week for Bethesda news. We're going to start out with just a little mention that it is a free play this week for Fallout 76, and also a double XP weekend. So starting May the 14th, that was yesterday as of recording of this podcast, Fallout 76 is free to play until May the 18th. If you're on console, then a PlayStation Plus or Xbox Gold membership is required to play online. On PC, that's not an issue. But if you start this with the free week and you decide you want to purchase the game, your progress will carry over. So that's fantastic. And it's also double XP. So that's always a good thing. Everybody loves double XP. And just wanted to open with that, and then we will move right on in to the big news. On this most recent Inside the Vault, Bethesda rolled out the 2020 roadmap, which it's quite a thing to see. They've got a big plan. It's ambitious, and we're going to talk about it. What were you going to say, Rick?
No, I was just going to say, yeah, it's ambitious, as if anything they haven't done with Fallout 76 yet hasn't been ambitious.
Right. So I'm just looking at the roadmap now to sort of chat about it and open a general discussion before we dive into the article.
What if we
And
start
they
with summer?
started out. Pardon?
Well, what if we start with summer and we'll have like a roundtable discussion about summer, then we'll move to fall and the winter?
Sounds great to me.
Cool.
So they're introducing seasons to Fallout 76, and summer is, of course, the upcoming season. From the makers of Unstoppable Shindig, Blast Radius, and Catch the Commie comes The Legendary Race, a new way to experience irradiated West Virginia. Each season brings a new progression of challenges to complete, plus exclusive rewards like Atom Bundles, perk cards, and unique cosmetics. Legendary perks, which are new high level perks, will be appearing. Uh, Public teams, which is the ability to find a public team like matchmaking. A colossal problem, a new legendary boss event. Community challenges, Foshnosh returns, Meat Week returns. All of those things are to be expected. And let me just click through here. Sorry.
No, it's all good.
It's a lot of news. It's an awful lot of news. What are your introductory thoughts on summer?
Well, I think what's going to be the most interesting rollout is the season pass. A lot of games have been doing this. Call of Duty, Destiny 2 rolled over into a season pass a couple months ago. Type of thing where you earn XP and you move along a linear progression and you unlock things as you go. And yeah, I think people I know once people like, Archon, who's like level 200 and something, there's a lot of people who are up in that. Like, what do they do? Like, woo, more perk cards. What am I supposed to do with this crap? I think and especially with the legendary perks coming out, that's going to change everything. The game is going to completely change yet again in its function. So I'm looking forward to the season pass and seeing how that works. Have you looked into it much, Vendor?
No, but I don't know if it's going to change things drastically. I mean, they're bringing back Foshnosh, Meat Week.
Yeah,
We've seen these before. I would imagine that community challenges will be rewashed in some fashion, but relatively similar. But I don't know.
Actually,
I think it's nice content to add in to keep people occupied and keep things rolling along. I'm excited to see what it's going to look like, but I don't know if it'll be game changing.
if you read a little more deeply in, it is going to be pretty different. It's of course Foshnosh and Meat Week are things we've already had that are coming back. But they are changing some fundamental things about how the gameplay loop works. So you see here on if you guys look at the Bethesda.net article, you can see this board game type screen here. And this is a new system called SCORE, SCORE. It looks like an acronym, like special. And they will be changing the way that challenges work as well. So this themed board game, you will be placed on the first space on the board, and you complete in-game activities to accumulate score points that you advance and rank up, advancing across the board. And as you hit the different spaces on the board, you can unlock different rewards. Sometimes it could be outfits, it could be a camp item or a weapon skin or perk card packs or atoms, script, caps, anything like that. But this is changing the challenge system pretty fundamentally. They say that challenges are not going away. The daily and weekly challenges will be the primary way that you increase your score. But that also means that you're not going to be able to just log in and earn your usual atoms from doing the daily challenges and the weekly challenges. So they are making atoms more scarce. Atoms will be harder to earn in game. And I'm really not sure how I feel about that. Of course, I can't judge it until I've seen it implemented. But I don't feel great about them reducing the ability to earn atoms.
It's already hard enough.
Yeah, you're right. I mean, well, later on we'll read that they're doing something with the challenges in that regard too. But one thing that I think is cool is they're offsetting lack of atoms with earning unique things inside of the of the seasons.
My things, the things that are exciting to me are not the things that are going to be exciting to you.
I know, but like now I'm curious to see if you'll be able to get the things that are on and I doubt it, but I don't know. But I would hope that the stuff that's available through the season pass, well, the score points would not be unlockable through the atom shop, because then that would defeat the purpose of the score.
Yeah, I would think it would be exclusive items.
You'd think that, but go ahead.
And you can't. I'm sorry.
I was gonna let
the thing I don't like about this is that I'm going to get left behind. because I don't have the time to invest in
Mhm.
season rewards and season progression, and a lot of people don't.
No, you're
Oh,
right.
yeah.
That was the thing I was
And
thinking of too.
This I know for a fact, even before we see it, it's going to be a huge time sink.
Absolutely.
Oh yeah.
I am going to get left behind, and I don't know if that's going to kill the game for me.
The season pass is meant for people who are veteran players. Like, it's meant for people who have done everything, done all the quests, and they have nothing left to do.
Good point.
It's meant for that, but it's all like, because you need to keep gameplay going. You can only churn out quests so often that are worth their weight. Because like, if they put out too many quests and they're just then like, go over here, pick the thing up, walk back over here, we're gonna hate that too.
Yeah.
But they're giving us more quests. However, it takes a long time to develop these stories, and so they're trying to do this difficult balance where no one's gonna be happy. But I agree with you, Vendor. I think it's just another thing that some of us are gonna have a hard time keeping. Like, you know, I've got like 2 hours to play. I've got quests to do. Oh, man, I got challenges. And then there's the events. Oh, and then the score.
Dailies
like,
go out the window. There's no time for that. Like,
so, yeah.
I really enjoy doing the dailies. I really do, but I play so rarely that now that there's new content, like I want to tackle the new quests, but then I feel bad for neglecting the dailies.
and I don't know. Like, I'm not the type of person that will just stick to a single game, right? I play a lot of games.
Mm-hmm.
And I just, I don't know. The time commitment for video games nowadays makes it
It's yeah.
very difficult for me to sort of follow along and really truly get immersed. I'm excited to see what it's going to look like, and I don't know if I'll necessarily participate because I still have like so much to do with the last content that they put out with Wastelanders. So,
And a further thing to mention is that you will be able to unlock ranks in the scoreboard with atoms. So you can spend 150 atoms to unlock a rank. So,
but you have
I
to go
don't know
linearly.
how difficult it's going to be to unlock these through gameplay, but
right.
it would cost you a boatload of money
Yeah.
if you did it via atoms.
Well, speaking of difficulty, let's roll into the challenge system, because that has to do with the score system now. The challenge system directly affects the score system. Do you want to talk about that, just kind of since we're tail ending?
Well, I kind of feel like we already have.
Well, I don't think we talked about it too much. So the challenge systems are weekly challenges and daily challenges are going to be changing. For the longest time, they've been quite difficult. You know what I mean? Like, hey, level up in the 4th of July when there's a zebra stampede and it's raining only if you're in the cranberry bog and
Between
you have
the hours of 2 and 3
Yeah.
British Standard Time.
I
Yeah.
always ignore that level up challenge.
Jeez.
Always ignore that.
So, like, we've felt for the most part, there's been a lot of stuff that's been unachievable. Well, they're simplifying that to basically like earn 1 level up or complete a public event or kill a legendary creature, among other for instances. So they've brought that bar back down in order to allow you to get score a little more easy. And what they're saying in the article is that they wanted you to accomplish the daily and weekly challenges by just your everyday gameplay. I think they heard the community and they're like, we spend so much time grinding for the challenges that we, it's such a time sink. So I think they're trying to put a compromise in there where the challenges are more obtainable and a little bit more easily to accrue score. That being said, I have a feeling the score acquisition is going to be like the Mr. Fuzzy tokens, where you earn like a total of 9 per day, but the thing to buy is like 300 fuzzy tokens. And so it's going to take a long time. So I think they're
Where do
trying
you
to
stand on
do that.
fuzzy tokens?
I've got like 2.
It depends. Are we still talking about Fallout 76?
Oh, I should have
Because
called
there's
the
a place
episode.
just down the street. I mean, never mind.
I could have called this episode Mustache Ride.
You guys.
So,
I was about to
hard
say
pass.
gentlemen, but that would be inaccurate.
There's
I'm
only
not a
one of us
gentleman.
here.
Yeah, he's got the Stache drinking rum. I've got the Chops drinking out
I'm
a
not the
beer out of a
gentleman
koozie.
here. I'm not the gentleman here. It's
The Stache is the gentleman.
yeah, he who shall not be named.
But I think that's a good compromise. I'm very happy to see that they're simplifying the challenges, because I don't do them because I fall in line with you, Vendor, where I don't have a lot of time to play, and when I play a game, I want to have some quality time with it, and I don't want to doof around trying to do something for 3 hours, and yeah.
And what really sucks is that what happens is you don't get to it as much as the other people that play it. And then when you play with them, it's like you're this scrawny little thing, and they're like, "Oh, infinite power! I am invincible!" And they're like, "Here, have all this stuff," and blah 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 blah. And you're just like, "There's a mosquito. I don't know what to do."
Yeah, it's a mosquito. It's level 70.
That's the nature of multiplayer things, though.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it is. You're right, but yeah.
Yeah, I like the challenges the way they are, and I despise and fear change. So
yeah. Fallout 76
we're
for
gonna wait
me.
and see.
Fallout 76 events specifically for me have always been hard to commit the time to, and to invest the time, just because of scheduling and things. So this won't be any different for me. I probably won't get to participate much in it.
Yeah, we'll have to wait and see, depending on how hard it is. I mean, it's probably going to be super easy up until like maybe a third of the way through, and then it starts getting tough. So you never know. You never know.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So some of the rewards that are going to be available as you progress are a Captain Cosmos power armor skin, which I'm very excited about because it's fun. It's basically this ludicrous power armor spacesuit. It's just it's wonderful.
It has a very Jangles feel to it.
It is peak 50s sci-fi, and I adore it.
Yeah, it's great. So. I like how simple they made it look.
Mm-hmm.
Couple of faucets, a little tubing. We're good.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And
there's
whiz
also
bang.
an incredibly cool hidden fireplace door.
Yeah. It looks sweet. I love how the fire glitches through it.
In your camp.
That's cool.
I want to build secret tunnels.
In your 2x2 house, you're gonna have just
I'm gonna have a secret passage in my tiny house. I think it's actually 4x4 now. Thank you very much.
It's 2 floors.
No, it's 2x2, but it is.
It's
2
also
floors.
2 floors.
Yeah, it is 2 floors. Now you haven't seen it, have you? Since I added the reading room.
No, you have a study.
I do. I have a reading room upstairs.
But you have to go outside to get to the second floor.
It's delightful. Well, shut up, Rick. Shut up.
It's like, it's like an apartment on the second floor. You can't really get to it from the first.
It's fine. It's lovely. I made it myself. There's no longer a crack in the floor, and it's fantastic. And don't sass my camp.
By the way, we should mention that when you reach rank 100 on the score chart, you unlock the end of season bundle. And I didn't see this before, but in season 1, the bundle includes several unique Captain Cosmos theme items like the Jangles Moon Monkey Stein, which is terrifying looking.
It really is. They should sell this in real life.
A planetarium desk lamp that features special lighting effects, which looks awesome. It's like this, it shows the galaxy on the wall and spins. Like that looks dope.
Like a planetarium. I want that so much.
And it's in a framed version of the season 1 board game itself. So there you go.
So some explanation from the devs regarding the change. I'm just going to quote this. Our original challenge system was not quite as engaging as we had hoped. Some challenges were complicated, and almost all of them awarded atoms. We wanted to revisit our challenges and rewards to create a new system that is more fun, flexible, and offers more to look forward to every time you log in. After multiple iterations, we feel the system we've designed accomplishes all these goals. It allows us to offer lots of rewards for players to unlock as they make progress. It provides a clear and achievable path to collecting everything, and fun new themes every few months, all while retaining the flexibility for players to earn and spend atoms as they choose in the atomic shop.
So there you go. You still can earn atoms.
Yeah, but it's going to be harder to earn atoms.
Did they say they were taking away atoms from the challenges?
Yes.
Did they? Oh.
Yes. The challenges will no longer all award atoms. Some of the challenges will award atoms. Some of them will award items, score points. It's going to be fewer atoms for sure. Shall we look ahead to fall?
Yes.
I was going to say, I muted myself. I think I see what they're trying to do. I think they're trying to get more people to buy Fallout first.
What makes you say that? Oh, for the atoms.
Oh.
Okay. Those atoms, those trust fund atoms, are very nice.
Yeah, they are. Mine just renewed, and I'm excited to play tonight.
Ooh, gonna go shopping?
Which
know,
would
they
be
just
very
added
Gonna buy
some-
something nice?
They added cool stuff that Vendor's going to talk about later. Now I don't know what to buy. The ballistic bargain section later, Vendor.
Oh,
It's really funny because now that I have these trust fund atoms, I feel like I'm even more likely to spend money buying more atoms because I've gotten used to buying things with atoms.
You have a standard of living now that it's exceeding itself.
Exactly.
It's like it's
I have to
asexual and it's just
maintain
like
the
split
standard
off.
of living to which I have become accustomed.
Mm-hmm.
Let's talk about Fall. Fall, the header is one wasteland for all. Experience all that the Appalachian wasteland has to offer, no matter your level. Rebalanced combat and rewards scale to your level, so players at different levels can easily team up to experience the entire world together, from the Toxic Valley to the Cranberry Bog. And there will be a new quest line called Steel Dawn. There is a fellow in a Brotherhood of Steel power armor outfit in the picture for this, so that is enticing. And daily ops, you can earn scaling rewards. Season 2 refresh for Nuclear Winter and a bombs drop event. I don't know if that's also Nuclear Winter or if that's a PvE event. So that is Fall.
That's just speculation here now.
Yeah. Guys, what do you think about the rebalancing? I know it's annoying when you're starting a new character and you're a lowly level 7 and you get a weapon that you can't use until you're level 35 and you may as well just script it. But I don't know about this. I don't know about this. Am I going to be rolling back? Am I going to fast travel back to the vault with my level 97 Gym Justice and find a sentry bot instead of the Liberators? You know, or is it going to be just a really tough Liberator for me? And if my nephew starts playing with me, it'll be a level 1 for him and level 800 for me.
Well, that's how.
What is this rebalancing going to do?
Well, that's how a lot of MMOs are. So, like Guild Wars, for instance, if you go into level, like if you're level 80 and you're like, you know, you've got all the right gear, you have everything spec'd out like crazy, and you go back to a level 10 through 20, it scales your level down to match level 10 through 20. So, like, you'll have like 10,000 health, and then you go into one of those areas and you've got 500. But it's 500 compared to everything else in there. So you're still overpowered, but not as crazy as it was if you would go back naturally. Like right now, if you go back to Vault 76, you blink and all the Liberators die if you're a high enough level.
Basically, I can kill them with a stern look.
You'll kill them with like 1 or 2 shots, and like someone who's new will still be able to kill them with like 10. So it just averages everything out. And I hope that's what they go for. I hope that's kind of how they do it, where they scale the player, not the enemy. Like there's designated areas for levels, and you walk into that area, and your player gets buffed gets stunted for that level, where someone who's, however, if you're under level and you walk into those areas, you're just going to get obliterated like normal.
This is going to be really beneficial, I think, for lower level players, because I remember really, really struggling with the main quest playing solo on my Xbox character. I went to get one of the keys for Rose in Rose's quest line, and there were a lot of really high level people in that area all the time. And every time I went there, all of the mole miners were like level 75 and I was level 20 something, and I could not do it. I just couldn't. And I remember being stuck on that quest for a very long time until I found a server where no one had visited that area, and the things were leveled appropriately for me. But I also think it would be really annoying to have a high level character having to be afraid of things in the starting areas. You know,
No, you wouldn't be afraid of them. You'd still be overpowered. But
you think?
like again, like with the Guild Wars thing, it scales you back. You're still overpowered, but not by a huge amount like you would be. It averages everything. You're still overpowered and you still kill things very quickly. You wouldn't have any problem fighting a tiny liberator, but you might be, say, like maybe level 35 to a level 1 instead of a level 250 to a level 1 kind of thing.
Right. Interesting. I do like the idea of having appropriately leveled rewards, so that when I'm level 50, I won't be getting level 5 and level 10 stuff, and when I'm level 5 and level 10, I'll be getting stuff that I can actually use now instead of having to hold on to it for 8 years. So that's a good thing.
Or Vendor, like when you and I played with Shalene and we popped in and we were fighting level 6 Yao Guais. And we were like newborns,
We were fighting Yao Guais at level
76
6.
Yao Guais.
Yeah, we were level 6.
You were level
Yeah,
6.
that's what I'm
They were
saying.
level 76.
That's what I said. They were level 76.
Yeah. I'll never forget that. I was
Yeah.
like, get in the house! Lock the doors!
And then she dies. We're like, what do we do?
I got back and I could see the tip of Rick's rifle poking out the window. It's the best. It was the best.
So yeah, that's the kind of stuff that they're trying to curb, because
That's
tough.
good, because I do find it very annoying when all I want to do is have the satisfaction that I killed the terrible creature that was plaguing the land. But whenever I play with somebody who's like 10 times the level I am, that never happens. So I just stand on the sidelines and just watch it all happen.
And that's something. Maybe it'll make it more equitable when you're playing with friends, because like I play with Archon a lot and he's like level 250 something, and I have a level almost 100 character. He's not a baby, he's not a newborn child emerging into the wasteland, but compared to Archon, like he's nothing. So I stuff is dead before I get there most of the time, and it would be nice to have that a bit more leveled, where
it's like Austin Powers with
really,
Michael.
When I do get to kill something, it's because he left it for me, and like it's
and for me, I mean, I will say, playing with you guys, me being lower level, you guys being much higher,
not me,
kills a lot of it. Killed a lot of it at the start when Fallout 76 first came out, because I was kind of like, well, what do I do? I'm gonna go shopping.
I was gonna say, when Archon's like walking into those places, it's like Austin Powers in the submarine when he's like, just put your gun down, just lay down on the floor, and the guy, like the villain, he's like, okay, I'll lay down. Yeah, just lay down. So it can be game breaking, and it's something that 76 has struggled with since the beginning. One of many things, but it's good that they're fixing it. I wish that they would base damage off caliber and not weapon. Personally, I think it's stupid that a 50 caliber.
Great.
Yeah, I think it's stupid that a 50 caliber sniper rifle does absorbently more damage than a 50 caliber machine gun. It's the same round, and I get it. It has to not be like 140 damage every round. I get that, but like 35, like it's a pea shooter and it's a 50 caliber round. Like it tears things asunder. It shouldn't be so weak. So we'll see how it works. I'm looking forward to it. I definitely am going to tell you they're not going to get it right off the bat. They're gonna release the patch. It's going to be okay, and then they're going to improve it as it goes along. So don't expect a wonder solution the first time they do the rebalance.
I mean, that's why they call it a patch, aka workaround.
Yeah,
it's so that they can distract you while they fix things.
Do I hear a conspiracy theory coming from Vendor?
No, I'm just saying that's fact. They release stuff to distract you while they fix other stuff that's broken.
But the
kind of like when you get a really cool animation for something in a video game and it's just there to cover a loading screen.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Like, oh, I get to actually like ride the elevator.
I mean, video games are all smoke and mirrors. It's all smoke and mirrors. You ever stand up against a wall and look at it flat and then realize all of those beautiful textures are just a flat sheet of UE5 is going to change that forever.
Triangles. By the way, let's talk about the Steel Dawn thing.
Yes.
What do you guys think it's gonna be?
Steel Dawn. What?
Plainly, the Brotherhood of Steel will be returning to the Wasteland.
Yes, sure.
And I think this is going to be the introduction. I think it's just going to be like a scout. You might meet a single character or a single squad and work with them. I don't know, but I'm excited. I love the Brotherhood of Steel. And I'm interested to see like what during this time of the Wasteland, the Brotherhood of Steel, they were kind of jerks. So I'm interested to see how they approach this. I can't wait. I'm so excited.
You got to think of what just happened to them. They got completely annihilated. So when they come in here, they don't know that you've killed anything. They don't know that there's an inoculation. They don't know what killed their entire soldier encampment here. They don't know anything. They're gonna come in loaded for bear and looking for blood. So I wonder if they're gonna be very aggressive, much so like
are they gonna
Fallout
try to
4.
be conquerors, do you
I've
think?
got a feeling, just because they got obliterated before. They lost everybody and everything. So even though it wasn't officially sanctioned per se, the Brotherhood of Steel in Appalachia, it was kind of like hey, you over there, do the thing that we're doing over here. And then they're like, okay. They didn't, the West didn't send troops to Appalachia. So this is going to be
I think that's what's going to be happening this time. I think we're going to be having people who came from the West.
Yes, I think so too. And I think they're going to be mad.
I'm really intrigued by this because it's been a long time since we've been to the West Coast in Fallout. And I'm interested to just revisit some of that lore over there on that side of the world. Even if we won't be traveling there, I'd like to, it's like, somebody from your hometown, you meet them like 10 years after you moved away and you're like, oh, catch me up. What's all the news? How's old Aunt Stella? And, how's everyone? Give me the news. So I want to hear the news from the West Coast.
Yeah. It's going to be interesting to see what happens and how it plays out. Yeah.
And the season 2 refresh for Nuclear Winter, of course, is interesting.
Nuclear Winter
is fun, and it deserves more love. It really does.
I need to play some of that.
We need to play it together someday.
Yeah, we do. Because you and Archie were winning for a little while, weren't you?
Oh yeah, we do pretty well. We don't always get chicken dinner, but we are usually in the top 10.
Cool. I'll have to check it out with you guys.
Yeah.
Cool.
Well, that was a very long and awkward pause as we just made plans for later.
Mm-hmm.
Let's move on to winter. And the large headline for winter is Fractured Steel. And we have what is plainly a Brotherhood of Steel soldier. Later this year, the Brotherhood of Steel returns to Appalachia in search of new technology. The continuation of the story arc started in Steel Dawn will introduce new NPCs, quests, and companions to the West Virginia wasteland. The subheaders for this title are perk loadouts, easily customize your builds, camp shelters, build shelters, I pronounced that very strangely, build instanced interiors, expeditions are new repeatable missions, a season 3 nuclear winter refresh, new daily ops, and the holiday scorched will return. So
nice. I'm looking forward to the sorry, I was reading something. I'm looking forward to the perk loadouts.
Yes, perk loadouts are a big deal. It would be lovely not to have to mess with your cards every time. You could have a build just for crafting things and building at camp, and a separate build for when you're in combat. It would be just that would save so much time and heartache. I don't like messing with the cards, so I just don't do it. And I feel like I would be much more invested in what the cards could do if I could have a permanent loadout. So,
yep, pretty much.
Be a good thing.
I was trying to find Okay, so that's the Midwest Brotherhood of Steel. I knew that there was something with the logos, and that logo, if I'm not mistaken, is the East Coast Brotherhood of Steel logo.
When was the official East Coast branch established? Because this is like
Well, that's the
the
hard thing.
Appalachia branch is a bit different.
When you go to the
My
standard like
lore's a
Brotherhood of
little-
Steel,
Yeah.
I know. When you go to the standard Brotherhood of Steel wiki, it shows that logo all over the place. So maybe just the Midwest chapter was different, but
Yeah, it's like the gears are flip flopped or something.
yes, the Mojave
between the West
chapter.
Coast.
The Mojave chapter, the gear is on the left. The East Coast chapter, it's on the right. The standard logo, it's
Mhm.
on the right. The Montana chapter doesn't have a logo. So yeah, it's going to be hard to tell. I have a feeling it's going to be still the West.
Yeah.
It's going to be the West coming East.
So fractured steel. The name. Somebody in chat, makeshift hero, says fractured steel versus broken steel, and that was the first thing that I thought as well. The whole broken steel title sort of alluded to the fact that it was a splintering of the Brotherhood,
Ooh.
that the Brotherhood outcasts were a thing, and you could work with them, and that makes me wonder if that's what we're going to be dealing with in fractured steel, if we'll be dealing with an offshoot of the Brotherhood that has separated themselves from the main chapter for ideological reasons or some other reason.
What if this is the beginning of the outcasts? Unless I have my lore wrong.
It would be a different thing. Those other outcasts, yeah, they branched off from the Lions Brotherhood specifically.
Oh, that's
because
right.
they held to the West Coast Brotherhood standard. Lions was lovely, but he was definitely doing his own thing. So,
wouldn't it be nice if we saw like a nice Brotherhood of Steel for the first time in a long time? New Vegas, they were bad.
Nice,
Fallout 4, they were bad. Well, in my personal opinion, they were bad. It would be nice to see a helpful Brotherhood of Steel at this point. But I don't think they will be. I
don't know. I'm definitely interested in seeing how they approach it. But I wonder if that title alludes to some sort of a fractiousness, conflict within the ranks of the Brotherhood.
Yeah, a civil war between them in Appalachia.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm so excited. And new companions. Brotherhood of Steel companions are always among my favorite companions. I loved me some dance. Veronica was my girl. I love.
The doctor from New Vegas gets no love, ever.
I
don't even remember his name. Yeah,
no,
I don't even remember his name.
You don't know
not Doc Mitchell.
You mean
Anderson?
No, Arcade Gannon.
That's what it was.
Arcade Gannon. Yes, he never gets any love.
In my opinion, the most handsomest Fallout NPC in all of Fallout New Vegas, other than the Vendertron, of course. But
Gannon.
Gannon is really interesting. He has one of the most fascinating backstories, but it's so hard to get to it that a lot of people didn't. A lot of people just didn't. It's hard just to recruit him, and it doesn't seem worth it for a while.
I think it was placement. They put him just outside of New Vegas. Lots of stuff going on there.
Mm-hmm.
And I think he just sort of falls by the side, and people get distracted by the other more interesting things in the area.
Yeah. He's a doctor. He's a bit of a pacifist, so everyone's
had
like.
Much success with Arcade was with my stupid character when I finally rolled a stupid character, because he feels pity for you and joins you because he's like, oh, you do need some help out there. You need a grown up.
Yeah,
I love the sassiness of Fallout New Vegas.
Mm-hmm.
The Gamora, all that jazz.
New Vegas was a gem. A diamond in the rough.
Miss it.
A diamond in the creation engine rough. But anyway.
Man, the nostalgia has hit hard. We're all in on the nostalgia here. Camp shelters, instanced interiors. So I think this is something that could really help in terms of camp build limits. I'm not much of a builder myself. It took me 2 years to add a second floor to my tiny camp. And I needed help to do that. I had to have help. I would not have successfully finished this second floor without Archin and Lee and their expert advice. But many people out there do incredible things with camps. I tune into the occasional Wasteland HOA stream where they do the camp evaluations. I love those. And it's astonishing what some people do in terms of building. And if they could have a separate space that would be separate from the camp budget, that could be your camp, but without the limitations of keeping the rest of the server running smoothly. I feel
I
like
wonder how they're going to do that, though.
people could do some stupendous things.
But it's just inside.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So what would you guys put in your indoor instanced thing? And will I be able to visit it? Will I be able to go to your instanced place?
I think it's too soon to tell, personally.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
What would you do with yours?
I don't know. Do it like I normally do?
Yeah, I don't have an opinion on that yet.
My instanced indoor space is almost certainly going to be some kind of mad science lab.
All pink and Lisa Frank like?
No, it's gonna be spooky and mad sciencey.
Okay.
Lots of plasma. It's gonna be lasers. It's gonna be very
1950s
sciencey.
Frankenstein-esque.
Yes, it's gonna be glorious. And so you'll be lulled into a false sense of security by the pink unicorns when you come and then you're gonna go to the basement. You're gonna think, oh yeah, this is gonna be lovely. There'll probably be, some arcade machines and maybe a pool table or some foosball. It's gonna be a lovely time. We're gonna hang out in the fun basement. But then you get down there and you realize, nope, human testing. I'm doing science.
I think I would like to have a speakeasy that is a
Yeah.
front for a speakeasy.
They'll never know. Hidden
Never.
in plain sight. They'll bust the fake speakeasy, but the real one's in the back.
There'll
Vendor,
be two bars.
I'll supply you with the booze.
Yeah.
I'll make a still. There we go. We got our little thing.
I suppose I'll supply the chems then, shall I?
Drink Nuka Shine. You may wake up at Shalene's. You may wake up at Rick's.
Yes!
Oh no!
Short
it gets
a
all
kidney.
hostile. It gets all hostile going. You just wake up at Shalene's and she's there with bloody
Yes.
forceps.
Yes, you'll wake up in my basement without your kidney, and it's gonna be great.
Jeez. My goodness gracious. Yeah, but
Oh,
if Shalene, if you-
I've always said if I win the lottery, I would open up like a 1920s style,
Yeah.
club
All wood
that you
and
gotta
velvet.
have a bow tie to get in, sort of thing. Yeah,
I'll have to send
red
you a
velvet
link.
seats.
I'll have to send you a link to the speakeasy I went to a couple years ago, Vendor. You'd love it.
Yeah, there's
Yeah.
one here in the city that I'd like to check out, but obviously not exactly the best
Well,
time
right,
for
yeah.
that. So
It's so small you couldn't even social distance, even if you wanted to. You couldn't. It's so tiny. So anyway,
yeah,
man, we have a lot to look forward to this year.
Okay, I guess that's about it that I have talking points on. What do you think expeditions are going to be? I'm hoping that expeditions are events that take you outside of Appalachia. The idea of an expedition indicates exploration and travel to me. So I hope that expeditions are going to give us new areas.
We shall see. That's. I think that's asking a lot.
That
we shall
probably
see.
is, but I enjoy speculation and theorizing, and sometimes we're good at it. So
It's
I don't know.
true.
I feel like expeditions might be something space related.
hey, space is a new environment that's outside of Appalachia.
Yeah, so
Don't forget, we could always go down. There's a lot of vaults we don't have yet.
I'd be cool with that as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
we shall see. We can expect the unexpected, I'm sure.
It's an ambitious roadmap, a very
It
ambitious
is.
roadmap. It's almost certainly all going to be delayed. This winter stuff that we're talking about, we're not getting that this winter. That's
What?
going to be the stuff for next summer. There's no way we're getting that this winter.
You
I don't
think
know.
so?
I don't know. I feel like Bethesda's pretty good on delivering on time when it comes to the smaller DLCs and stuff. Like Wasteland
Yes.
was only delayed 2 weeks, and that was because there was a pandemic. So
Wastelanders was delayed months.
What?
Oh.
That was like the third Wastelanders delay.
oh,
Oh, well. That was
We were
huge,
supposed
though.
to be playing Wastelanders last winter.
see,
that
when you
changed the
when you
entire
ignore
base game.
Bethesda for 6 months, you can't be disappointed.
But that changed the entire base game. Like, the stuff that they're doing is like changing numbers in an INI file somewhere. It's that simple, I'm sure.
Oh, yes, yes. Control C, Control V.
Exactly. One INI for another.
Yes.
I think that's what the Bible said. One INI for another.
Yeah, that's exactly.
Oy.
Oh, but yeah, I think this is too ambitious, and I think it's going to be delayed, which I'm fine with because I would rather receive content later that works, at least sort of, than content that's rushed.
I really...
I mean, it doesn't matter to me anyways because I'm not gonna have time to play it. So, I mean, if it's now or 5 years from now, makes no difference. But I'm sure a lot of people are very anxious to dive in.
I was really looking forward to all this coming out when it was scheduled to come out, but Shalene's over here raining on my parade. It's nuclear fallout
that's
rain.
what I do. I mean, the glass is half full, but it's probably poisoned.
The glass is half full, but it's bleach.
I was
Exactly.
segueing.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Segueing into the next
You were
thing.
doing a thing. I ruined the thing.
I did. I was doing a thing. I was saying you were raining on my parade because the next thing has to do about nuclear fallout rain.
Right.
See?
Segway.exe has
Thing?
failed.
It was a good segue, Rick.
Anyway, I found this article and I thought it was fantastical. It's been in a couple different places, so you may have seen it if you're into the Fallout sort of thing. They were doing some studies where they found out that precipitation was higher in areas as far away as London because the nuclear test sites that we had in New Mexico. So the nuclear tests that we were doing in New Mexico were making more rain in London and other places.
Well, that's very interesting. I need to after this whole lockdown business is over, I want to go to the Trinity site. I really need to go there.
Yeah, I do. And so there was
Sorry. Mr. Rockstark in the chat says, thank God, London needs some rain.
Yes, it's like a desert over there. So I'm going to read you excerpts of this little article here. It says, the United States and Soviet Union and other nations often tested nuclear weapons above ground in the 50s and 60s. The fallout contained a devil's cocktail of radioactive elements that can have subtle effects in the atmosphere. The charged particles emitted during radioactive decay can smack into surrounding atoms and molecules, ripping them asunder and creating even more charged particles. Then that flurry of charged particles can glom onto dust, soot, or water droplets in the atmosphere, sometimes making the droplets hefty enough to fall to the ground as rain. And so they did a bunch of studies and they found, like, let's see here, the levels of radioactive fallout in the air at the two sites were likely similar because the plumes of radiation from testing sites like Nevada and Kazakhstan would have diffused widely by the time they reached the United Kingdom. So this goes to show that even though you pop a bomb off on one side of the world, it floats to the other side and makes it rain. The bit that I found really interesting was the team's findings could have implications for small-scale weather control. By using spark generators or similar equipment to introduce substantial numbers of charged particles into clouds, researchers could coax droplets there to coalesce, he suggests. So through nuclear testing in the 50s and 60s, we may have just stumbled on a practical small area weather manipulator. It's starting to turn into Fallout, really. It is. We've found a way to make nuclear fission powered cars and airplanes, and now we can manipulate the weather. Next thing, we're going to have a human perk card system installed in us. So I just found that article
so
interesting.
It could be like a card reader, and you
Yeah.
just like swipe.
Yeah. It's like, I'm going to kill you. Wait a minute. Boom. Headshot.
So I'll be like, okay, I've got to do some math.
Yeah. And then it's like you get caught by the police and you're like, charisma.
I know.
Officer, I
I was
didn't
gonna
do
say
it.
going on a date, charisma.
Yeah. I was still trying to talk my way out of the murder I just committed.
Yeah.
But anyway, I thought that article was interesting.
I think messing with the weather is
Not a good
Trying-
idea.
no.
Well, it's just amazing that, they did all
One
this
thing
testing.
to destroy the climate, it's another to try to control it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I just mean they did all this testing and they were like, it's far enough remote away that it won't hurt anybody. And meanwhile
And
in
it's
London,
affecting London. Who would have thought?
they're like,
I mean,
oh, we're
you would
glowing.
expect it to affect.
Who
the
would have
rest of New
thought the
Mexico.
actions of the United States of the Americas would affect the rest of the world? Who would have thought?
Look, man.
Puzzler, bit of a puzzle.
It's not just us. Like Eddie Izzard does when they're like, all right, London, you got to give that. But what are you hiding back there? Nothing. It's not an island. Well, you can keep that one. But yeah,
Eddie
I just thought
Izzard
that
is
article
my
was interesting.
favorite. Oh, he's so funny.
This one is wet. This one is wet. But anyway, yeah, I thought that interesting. So it turns out you can control the weather with nukes. Just need a little rain. Nuke a country.
Fascinating.
Anyway, that ends my
So
little
if
news
we're
blurb.
having a drought here in New Mexico,
We nuke
I
London.
could drop a nuke at London to fix it.
Yes. The only thing they have going for them.
That's what I'm seeing
Yeah.
here. That's,
The only thing they've got going for them is like the Big Ben or whatever that clock tower is. That isn't even that tall.
yeah, I mean, we need rain, so
Right. Make America fertile again. Nuclear proliferation. Make America fertile again.
make
I just-
America wet again.
I just found Trump's new running slogan for 2024.
Okay,
Speaking of
don't even
things,
joke about 2024.
speaking of things going boom, I believe we have some ballistic bargains, Fender.
There are some weekly updates.
He's so
As of May 12th to 19th, you can get some free items in the Atomic Shop available until what's today's date? May 15th, so you can't get those ones. Chain license plate photo mode frame available till today. Also, the greaser photo mode pose available till tomorrow.
Oh, I need
Vault-
to get that.
The Vault Tech T51 Power Armor Paint
Disappears
available
over.
till the 17th. Responders Blue Icon till the 18th. And Looking to the Future photo mode pose available to May 19th. Some limited time offers and new items that you can expect to see in the Atomic Shop. Settlers have returned to Appalachia and they are determined to build up a sanctuary from these dangers of the wilds. You can do your part to bring back civilization back to the wasteland with the new Log Cabin Bundle, which includes a prefabricated log cabin as a bonus that you can construct in your camp. Some assembly may be required. The log cabin bundle will be available on June 2nd for 1,500 atoms. Communal fire pit available May 26th. The rustic water mill available May 19th. And this is a new thing. They have posted items that are coming to the Atomic Shop without dates for availability.
Ooh.
So that's a little interesting. The rustic icebox, rustic wallpaper set of 3, blue floater mobile, whatever that means, for the crib maybe.
Yeah, it's a crib mobile.
Settler welder outfit and the settler laborer outfits, those are all coming, but we don't got dates for them, so we don't know when that's going to happen. The log cabin bundle does include, however, the prefabricated log cabin, as available as a bonus when you buy the log cabin bundle, the communal fire pit, rustic water mill, rustic icebox, as well as the set of 3 wallpapers, which includes black ceramic texture, porcelain, and weathered wood. So there are other options and items coming into the shop that are still available for a little bit longer. The Redshift Power Armor Paint, these are all available till May 19th. The Redshift Power Armor Paint, the Kami Spy outfit, the Kami themed wallpaper, Kami themed floors, Redshift flags, and the CD Shed.
Yes, it's like a shed that
That's-
looks like you would be killing someone
Murdered?
inside of it.
Ah,
Yeah, the CD shed is
Lovely.
another prefab structure.
Yeah. It leads to
Um,
Shalene's instance area.
Yeah, you go in there, you come out 1 kidney lighter.
They are
One way to lose weight.
they are revisiting some of your favorite items that will be added back to the Atomic Shop, with varieties returning on, this will be 12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time starting May 19. You can get the Liberty Prime Power Armor paint, as well as the Scabber bundle, Free States Revolutionary bundle, Caravan Trader outfit, and the Raider gas mask. And then until May 26, available, you will be able to get the War Rider Power Armor skin and the Contemporary Camp bundle. Some things headed for the vault: the Blackbird hunting rifle paint, as well as the Blackbird super sledge paint. And last but not least, weekly offers that are available until May 19th: the American Daredevil suit and helmet, Vault Tech starter bundle, and the Vault Tech camp bundle. And that is it for the
Nice.
Atomic Shop Ballistic Bargains.
I am into the log cabin stuff if they let me have an exterior buildable log cabin, but I don't know if that's a thing.
That's what I expected, but it's not. Archon got it, and it's just the prefab log cabin building. You don't
Bah.
have exterior walls that are log walls, which is dumb.
Forget that mess. Although the wallpapers with porcelain, I need some like wallpapers inside my house. It's just like all dark wood, and it needs to be lighter and feels bigger.
Yeah,
Although I don't want like a
brighten it up.
completely porcelain bathroom look, so I need to get some wallpapers. You know, spruce up.
Why
my
don't you
life.
tell us a little bit more about that?
About what? Oh, my gameplay.
Yeah, that one.
Nice. Good segue. I haven't been playing at all. Not because I've been out of the game or disinterested or anything like that. It's two reasons. One, I have been studying pretty much every single night and playing a little bit of Hunt here and there and playing some Grand Theft Auto 5 because it's free right now on the Epic Game Store.
You're playing
And-
Grand Theft Auto 5?
It was free on the Epic Game Store.
Are you playing
yeah.
it for the first time?
Yes, I am. Yeah, it's
Okay.
really fun.
Can I
So
like derail this? Can you tell me about Trevor?
I haven't gotten to him yet. I only played last night.
Oh,
Oh.
you're gonna love Trevor.
I have been
God,
switching.
I'm so excited.
So the only
You
way I can
have
play
to,
this.
You have to keep in touch with us as you play through.
I want a full
through
report on
GTA.
next week's show. Full report.
You shall get a full report. But I will tell you that I've been playing on foot with mouse and while in vehicle with a controller because I'll be damned if I'm driving a car with my WASDs because that ain't happening. So I've been playing. I just haven't been playing a lot of Fallout 76 just because I've been mainly studying every single night. And when I have played it, my main quest line is bugged. So I'm stuck on a quest where I have to read a sheet of paper, but there's a glitch where you can pick that up before you get to that point in the quest, and then it glitches out the entire quest and you can't continue forward. And it's
So
the
it's
main
a known
quest.
glitch.
It's a known glitch because I tried 50 ways to Sunday to fix it. Like I drop the thing in a brown paper bag and pick it up and read it, and nothing. I went to the location, I found the location, and nothing was there. I put it back in the thing that you're supposed to get it from and pulled it back out and read it, nothing. And so I went to their site to submit a ticket, and it's like, hey, this is a known bug. It will be fixed in the next patch. And so at least they know about it. They're fixing it, and it sucks. I can still do other main quests, but like, you know, trying to progress in the Wastelanders, especially as like a new character, level 38, and you can't, it sucks. So I haven't had a lot of motivation really to play it, but that being a double XP weekend this weekend is just all about the XPs. So I'll be doing events and some other dailies and stuff just to level up to 50 so I can get to end game stuff. But anyway, that's pretty much on my gameplay. What about you, Vendor?
I mean, I haven't played any Fallout 76, so what about you, Shalene?
Well, I haven't played a ton of
Oh my
Fallout 76
gosh.
over the last
What are we
couple
doing
weeks. I
here?
know. Like I'm usually the one, but I'm not the one. But I'm a little bit the one because I have some gameplay.
Okay.
But I have been playing a bunch of Don't Starve Together, which has been really fun.
It is fun.
It's been so fun. Yeah, really enjoying that. But I did do a bit of Fallout. We worked on the Mistress of Mystery quests. Rick, you and Archon and myself did those.
That's true, we did.
Yeah, we worked on those. We had a great time using the secret tunnels to get down to the Mistress of Mystery area. This is so fun. And I moved my camp for my new low level character. I moved her camp down to We Just Love Games Lake, down in the corner, to the same spot where it is with my other character. And now I feel so much more comfortable. I feel so much more at home now that I have my little corner by the lake again. I
can't settle anywhere else.
Every time that I would want to travel back to my camp, I had it near Morgantown originally. And I had no idea where my camp was. I would go to fast travel and I would automatically move the map down to that little corner by the lake. And it wasn't there. And I would be like, where's my camp? I would have the worst time finding it. So I'm feeling much better and much safer and more comfortable now that camp is back at We Just Love Games Lake. And I must say, it's been lovely having some activity at the lake again. It was a lonely place for a while, but now I'm really glad to see you guys at the lake now and again. Mm-hmm. Also, there's a new random event spawn at the lake now. It's pretty near where Vendor's camp sits.
Are you talking about the Pipe is Life?
No.
Because that spawns where Vendor's camp sits.
Does that mean that I'm not going to be able to build there?
No, you can.
I'm not sure.
He can build there as long as the event's not active.
Okay. Because it's a random thing. It's not just Pipe is Life. Because sometimes there will be Blood Eagles there. Sometimes there will just be dead settlers there. It's different things. There's a little area where different things spawn. Have we talked about Pipe is Life?
We have.
Oh,
I think
good.
Or we did the little. Vendor wasn't here. Vendor doesn't know about the Pipe is Life.
The pipe. Oh,
you sniffed the pipe, Vendor.
Can I tell you about Pipe is Life, Vendor?
It's not a spoiler.
Okay. So we were playing. I think it was Rick, you, and Archon and I.
Yep.
And we're just like walking through the woods, right? And there's this random pipe in the forest, just a pipe sticking out of the ground. There's smoke coming out of the pipe. There is a corpse near the pipe. And Rick's like, oh, Shalene, you've got to go check this out. So
yeah, because what happened real quick is I was showing my wife my new digs. And I'm like, yeah, over there's where Vendor usually lit. What is that? And there's this thing sticking out of the ground with smoke coming out where your house was. And I'm like,
great.
I was like, did Vendor do something? No, it's random.
Found my speakeasy.
It's random. Yeah. I was like, what is Vendor doing now? You know, so anyway, and I went over and experienced it. And this is why I was like, Shalene, you've got to go to the pipe.
The pipe can appear in different places. Mm-hmm. So
because this appeared in the bog for us.
It did.
Or
so I went over.
Yeah.
And I had a look at the corpse that was near, and the corpse had one item on it, which was a note, and the note said, "Pipe is life." And I was like, okay, pipe is life. And I look at the pipe, and I'm like, well, I think I should investigate this pipe. So I go over to the pipe, and there's an option to sniff the pipe. So what do? You sniff the pipe. Of course you sniff the pipe. And it sent me on a wild trip, and I was extremely high for a little while, and there were colors, and it was fantastic.
Crazy.
Rick, I have a question for you.
Yes, sir.
Do you think that is why I had all those issues placing foundation pieces?
You know what? It might have been. That might have been. It might have been a sprite like trying to spawn in when you were trying to build something.
Yeah.
I don't know. That's a good question.
I think they had maybe the infrastructure in place for that already.
Yeah, that might have been.
But they hadn't pushed it live yet.
Yeah.
Dude, you could, if you built your house, because it was like the middle square you couldn't place, dude, you could build your house around it and have a random sniff pipe. It'd be like a drug den, man.
Come in and sniff the pipe.
Hey, man, come on in. The pipe is fine, man.
Per sniff.
It'll be part of my speakeasy.
The first sniff is free.
Snip and a sniff, man. And then, like, Snoop Dogg will appear, and it'll be great.
Snoop Dogg will appear listening to Let It Go.
I've seen that. Dude, he's like, I just had to sit in my car and listen to this.
Sometimes I just got to sit in my car and listen to this.
And you're like, how stressed out does he got to be?
And you're like, wow.
I can see his eyes.
Yeah.
They're not even bloodshot.
The best part of it is he
He's
was in
sober.
the passenger seat.
Or the back seat, one of the two. But yeah, so
Okay, well, we'll see how that goes down. I wonder if it'll affect. I've been thinking because I'm spending like crazy amounts of caps traveling back and forth to this elite, beautiful countryside villa. I think I need to like find a more or like move the temporary camp or something because it's just like every time I travel, it's like 30 caps. I'm like, wow.
Yeah, it's definitely not. It's not a cheap lake to live by. The price of admission is quite high.
Yes, and you have to keep up with the homeowners association standards,
You do.
which are high.
But it's worth it for the view.
It's a beautiful view. It's a lovely, lovely place. I am a little sad that there are now cultists up at Johnson's Acre, though. I really liked going to Johnson's Acre now and again for supplies, and now I can't just run up there and junk real quick. I have to run up there and kill a bunch of cultists and then junk.
We could always live by the river on the west side of the map. We could always just take 3 spots along the river there and
live in a van down by the river. Yeah.
Anyway.
Gameplay. I continued those Mistress of Mystery quests with Archon at a later time, and we got our weapons and built them. We built our voice of Set and did our testing with the sword to build the blade of Bastet, and that was really fun. You have to kill 5 different types of creature, and one of those types of creature is a human. And we found a very silly way to get that. You can use the blade to blow yourself up with a car, and it counts.
Oh,
okay.
Yeah, there was this one of those red like acetylene tanks on the ground, and I was just curious, for science. I wanted to know if we could blow one of those up with a sword. And I was trying and it wasn't working, and Archon came to see if he could do it. And it was next to a car, and he blew up the car and it killed him. And he got the tick for killing a human with the blade of Bastet. So later on, I did it at another location with a car so that I could get mine. And it blew me up. It threw me quite a distance. I was not far enough away from the car when it happened to be revivable. The hood of the car landed on top of me. Yeah. Archon made a joke about how usually there's a beautiful woman laying on top of the hood of a car, not the hood of a car laying on top of it. Yeah.
We'll just cover this up.
So that was pretty ridiculous. And we were working on those quests. We were doing some traveling across the map, and we get near the White Spring, and Archon decides that there's this level 52-star legendary Scorch Beast, right? And we're level like 25 maybe? And we see the Scorch Beast, and I'm like, well, it's not chasing us. We're going to be fine. And Archon's like, no, we'll get it to chase us to the White Spring and get the robots to fight it. Okay. So like 40 minutes later, we have no stim packs. We have no bullets. The robots are watching as we try to fight this thing. I was very tired of kiting this thing back to White Spring for the robots to not shoot it. And eventually I just like sat in the guardhouse and I was like reading a Grognak in the guardhouse.
Getting splash damage from that freaking radiation
when it
beam.
crop dusts. It was so frustrating.
I hate that when you're in shelter and
it
still gets you.
Yeah. We were not able to kill it, so we did move on. But that was pretty much my gameplay for Fallout 76. I also checked out Wasteland Remastered. We talked about the Wasteland series on a not too distant episode. And so I checked out Wasteland Remastered on Game Pass for PC.
Mm-hmm.
And it's an interesting game. I feel like if I had found this when it was new, I would have really liked it. But it really just doesn't hold up. Not for me.
Yeah, I
I
thought the
feel like,
same way.
yeah, this is a title that I think you need the nostalgia goggles to enjoy.
Mm.
So,
Yeah, I'm looking forward to trying Wastelanders 3 or Wasteland 3. Because like Wasteland, even in the remastered one, you were still like a piece, like a puzzle or like a game piece you just moved across.
yeah, the graphics were improved from the original, but it was still pretty rough.
Yeah.
It was pretty rough. So,
Yeah. So,
yeah,
well,
that's it. That's my gameplay.
okay. I don't have anything
Boy,
else.
sounds like you've been busy.
You should hear my Don't Starve stories, man.
Yeah, we were doing so well on the stream last Friday. We're like, let's continue playing afterwards and survive forever. And then, like, as soon as we started again after we took a break, it was like death. We're like, what happened? We were
And
doing
Arson
so well.
jumped on with us, and
And I thought we were like, oh, we got this. Archon's here, and we just died.
we died. And he's like, well, if I had been here from the beginning, we'd have been better prepared. And like on the one hand, he's not wrong, but on the other hand, he's insufferable. So,
but yeah, so that was fun. But we do have a listener email. Vendor, would you want to take it or do you want me to take it? It's up to you.
Sure, I can take it. It's a short one.
It's a shorty.
This one comes from Felix. Felix says, "Hello, I just got to check out your podcast and I really like it, especially since I'm in 100% on Fallout 76 with this new update which made the game 1,000 times better from my experience. Not to mention Fallout First can make things smoother when the public servers are starting to act up. Thank you and great job with the podcast. Very entertaining, Felix." Thank you for that email. Yeah.
I like getting email like this, and yeah, you can, if you would like to email us a thank you email or anything like that, just go ahead and send us an email at info@wejustlovegames.com. Well, that is our show for this evening. Do you guys have anything left to talk about? Anything else you guys want to say? Anything? Okay. Anything coming up this weekend, Vendor? Are you...
Mr. G posted that he had a new song. I saw that you had retweeted that. Do you know anything about it?
Yeah, so Mr. G published a new album.
Oh.
Yeah, it's called crap, what is it now?
But we definitely want to support Mr. G, so.
His album is called Bring It On 2020.
Nice.
And yeah, you can access it on basically any platform. I will post the link. It's available in Spotify, Apple Music, Amazon Music, and YouTube official music videos.
Nice.
The link is in the chat there if you guys want to check it out. It's not an album, sorry, it's a new single called Bring It On 2020. And it's pretty great. So, and we'd like to promote Mr. G because he is the creator of the Fallout show intro.
And the other half of that team, we have neglected to mention, BitTrash Riot has also released an album recently. Yeah, I believe it's called Into the Wasteland. Let me just pop into.
And he does more like synthwave chiptune.
Yes,
chiptune work.
It's on Bandcamp, so
Awesome.
You can check that out. Let me click through to it and
Pop the link in the chat.
Oh no, it doesn't work.
Oh.
Don't forget, you guys can also donate if you haven't done so already. $20 will dress a healthcare worker with the PPE that they need to protect themselves and their patients for the duration of their shift when battling this COVID-19 crisis. The link is below in our Twitch page. In It Together COVID-19 Relief Fund. So far, we've raised $2,579 US, and that is ongoing. I will be trying to pick up on streaming again. Now that I can manage my time, I have it sort of figured out now. So yeah, do check that out.
Okay, I have posted that link to BitTrash's Bandcamp in the chat. The album is called Out There in the Wasteland, and he says that the music was inspired by West Vault Radio and that Fallout show. So.
Cool.
Oh, cool. Great.
Nice.
So, yes, thank you so much for joining us this evening. You can tweet at the show. If you have any remarks or anything like that, you can tweet at the show at That Fallout Show. You can tweet at We Just Love Games, which is our network. You can tweet at Shalene L, and tweet at Vendertron at VendertronN. I am no longer on any social media, pretty much, so if you want to say anything to me, I'm on the Discords. And you can get to our Discord by sending us a message or popping us an email and asking for that linky-loo. We're also on Facebook at facebook.com/thatfalloutshow and /groups/thatfalloutshow. You can find our network at We Just Love Games, facebook.com/We Just Love Games, and groups/We Just Love Games. Too many slashes. It's like Guns N' Roses. You can email us at info@wejustlovegames.com. Like this video and subscribe to our YouTube channel, which is youtube.com/wejustlovegames. If you couldn't, we have a theme for anything. It's pretty much We Just Love Games or That Fallout Show. You can find our show on iTunes or Stitcher Radio or wherever your podcasts are downloaded. You can leave us a review on iTunes and leave 5 stars and some text, and we will shout you out at the beginning of the show. We record live every other Friday here at twitch.tv/We Just Love Games, 6:30 Mountain, 8:30 Eastern Standard Time. You can check out our other show, which records every other week, which will be next week, and that is GameStack. So we also do Twitch streams when we can. Thank you so much for listening. Shalene, do you have a last word?
I forgot that's a thing that we do on this podcast.
Can she pull it together?
Wash your hands, you filthy animals.